So this flight was a little unique for me because this is a new location that I've never flown at before. It's a public park, and the pedestrian traffic was pretty light, but there were a few dog walkers, and I wasn't sure how I was going to be received. So I was taking a lot of precautions to be as unobtrusive as I can, given what I'm doing. My buddy Brian, who I fly RC with, is on the radio on the ground, and he's acting as a second set of eyes for me, which is nice. And here I snuck up on Brian, causing him to hit his head on the GoPro. So here we're just going through pre-flight stuff, setting up the strobes, warming up the motor, getting hooked in, that kind of thing. I had a helmet cam recording the whole time, and I have the audio from my radio and mic piped through that. So we're going to drop in and listen to the live audio from the flight, and I'm going to jump in and out of voiceover throughout as needed. So let's take a listen now. How are we looking on pedestrians?
I think you're clear. I see nothing behind us, nothing in front of us.
All right, gates are locked. Clear prop. I've got to warm it up.
You have this one lady up by the cornfield.
Watching the old lady with the dog.
There's one lady all the way out by the tree row, by the tree line, but if you get there, you're in trouble anyway.
I normally go to about 110.
All clear.
So when this launched, the wing actually kind of comes up a little sideways and points me about 45 degrees to the left of where I was originally intending. But just stay under it, keep control of it, and off I go. So my plan on launch was to stay above the park until I gained some altitude to head out. There's a lot of trees nearby, and so there's not a lot of outs if I were to have a motor out. So I wanted to climb up to a pretty safe altitude before departing the park area. So I'll do a couple circles here before I end up heading out.
Feels good up here.
I hear you. What'd you say?
Said it feels good up here.
Yeah, the air was real nice and smooth when we were flying planes. Tom, you got one coming head on at you, aircraft.
I see it, thank you.
There are two more aircraft behind this one. They look like they're headed out towards the west. They'll be out beyond the park.
I think I've got visual in one of them.
They should be over your right shoulder. They're a good ways out.
I've climbed up to a pretty good altitude now, so I determined it's probably a good opportunity to head out and explore some of the surrounding area. You'll notice there's a lot of trees, ponds, power lines, populated areas. So the whole time I'm evaluating what my outs are going to be if I have a motor out. I I would say this location was nice and definitely flyable, but it wouldn't be a beginner location.
You still have me, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Just gonna head out a little this way for a little bit, see what there is.
10-4. Lauren wants to know if you can pick her up a soda at McDonald's.
Yeah, no problem.
You should fit through the drive-thru.
I just don't know where I'm gonna put the cup holder.
Just bring her back an empty cup. Hey Tom, we're going to put some models up in the air for a minute.
10-4.
Showing the whole 30-minute flight would probably be pretty boring for you guys, so I'm just going to have a couple clips interspersed through here of just different areas. This was an exploratory flight for me, trying to take in the surrounding area to familiarize myself with it. One thing I'm trying to do is avoid flying directly over any houses or buildings. So you'll notice I kind of weave my way in between the areas where I can.
FYI, Brian, I'm gonna start setting up for a landing here pretty soon. I'll give you a few minutes to figure it out and give me an all clear. You got a little time.
Okay.
Pedestrian traffic good?
Yeah, everything looks clear. You gonna be down in time for breakfast?
Hopefully.
Okay, our field is clear where you launched from.
Roger.
Nice job.
Woo! Never gets old.
So there we go. A nice flight on a rare temperate late November day. I hope you enjoyed it. Please consider liking and subscribing.